Hello, hello, and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. Thank you for being here and watching these videos. Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays we have another interactive tarot where you pick your deck or your fairy, and we look at love and romantic relationships. So today, besides the tarot, I do have some romance oracle cards that we will take one after the tarot. I started adding these of putting just an oracle card after the tarot reading to give that extra advice and guidance from spirit. So if you do like this, leave a comments below. Let me know if you prefer this or just straight tarot. We do have on Wednesdays tomorrow the oracle card reading that it's pick a pile and it's just only oracle cards. All right, so let's get started with your guidance for right now for love and romantic relationships. As always, I suggest that you are in a place where you're either undisturbed, that you can be also relaxed, because that's how, with your attention into this video, that's how we connect energetically. So, this is my suggestion. All right. So let's start by grounding and centering. We roll the shoulders back, move the neck from side to side if that feels good to you. And then let's take a deep inhale through the breath. Hold at the top and gently exhale, always elongating that exhale. All right, releasing all tension. And intuitively pick the deck or the fairy that calls you. Ready? All right, let's begin with the yellow fairy. I'm sorry, with the pink fairy. I was moving the yellow fairy out of the way. All right, let's move them around a little bit. All right, and now let's set the intention. Let the cards know what it is that we want. The cards have been prepared beforehand as well as the sacred space, but let's just tell them what it is that we want together. We would like guidance, insight, and advice for our love life and those romantic relationships right now. What is our love path like? Give us the general advice, what to release, and what to focus on. And we ask in love and light for our highest good. And so it is. All right. All right. We have the main guidance. Now, what to release? And three cards came out, and we honor every message. And now, what to focus on? All right, one card. All right, and after we'll also look at the oracle. Let's see who answers for the main guidance. And is the spirit of the Two of Wands. We have the energy of a two, that is choice as well as partnership, and Wands, that is fire, right? Um, that fire element, that intention, what I call the fire in the belly. So the Two of Wands right now could signify a couple of things towards your love life. Could signify a passionate relationship, right? As well of a choice that you need to make. So if you are in a relationship right now, what choices does your gut tell you that you need to make? When you think of your current relationship, what is one thing that you know would make it better, that you know it in your gut, right? And the cards are advising you to make a choice, or a decision that could be fundamental for your relationship right now, right? My apologies, the camera almost fell down. All right, so we were talking about the Two of Wands as that general message of an important decision that you need to make right now and or a choice. So if you are in a relationship, connect with your instinct. It's not only your intuition here, but what your gut's telling you, right? I call the ones that intention and that fire in the belly. So, one good exercise to do is to put your hands right on your lower chakras, that's a solar plexus and sacral chakra around that area, and ground your energy and really think about any decision you need to make or any choice regarding your relationship and see how that energy on those chakras feel. Do you feel anxious? Do you feel any tummy ache? Do you feel uncomfortable? Or does it give you peace? Right? So and it's important because it wants to have a clear intention of where you want this relationship to go, right? So, are you interested in this being a strong bond that lasts for a long time or lasts for the rest of your lifetime? Or is this a relationship that it is something for now and things are not so well. So set an intention, really feel what your gut's telling you here and what choices and decisions you need to make. Now, if you are not in a relationship right now, this is also about making intentional choices, right? So if you are not in a relationship, make intentional choices about what it is that you want right now. Ask yourself, do I really want a relationship? Or I think I want it, but my gut's telling me it's not the right time. Or so really connect with what you truly need right now and give yourself permission for wanting a relationship in the future and maybe now not being the right moment, right? Sometimes we want a relationship, we want a partnership, and we need to understand if this is the right moment for our life as well. So perhaps this is what you really want to be in a relationship. Then make the choices that you make every day, uh, make them intentional towards being in a relationship. But if it's not what you want, it's okay to be romantic and want a partnership in the future, but give yourself permission also to say, yes, right now, the relationship I need to nurture is the one with myself. So, the main advice is choices, decisions, right, that are made out of passion and that you connect with your gut instinct and make intentional steps forward. Also, as this is two, the energy of a two and ones, that it is that fire energy and it is very passionate. If you happen to be in a relationship right now, this could also be a call to ignite more passion into it. So, very interesting. Now, let's look at what to release, right? And we got three cards. We are honoring them. So, I put them in order. So, who answers the call primarily? And it is wow, 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 is the energy of the sun. That's a major arcana. And supporting cards, wow, the magician and the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so you got two major arcanas here, so we do the double knock, but the main message comes from the sun. This, as I always say, is one of the most positive cards in the tarot, right? It's the sun, it's positivity, it's optimistic, it's the sun shining on you. But remember, here we have it in the what to release, right? And it's not saying release being positive or release being optimistic or release wishing for the best. No, this card is mostly saying if things are going well, if you're happy, uh, do not look for how do I say it? Do not look for fights or do not look for reasons um, for something to go bad, right? Sometimes we are waiting for the other shoe to drop, kind of say, right? When if things are going well, if you're in a period where things are a blessing for you, do not expect the worst. Do not be looking at, just enjoy it. It's just flow with what's good. Now, if you tell me, well, I am going through some challenges right now, right? So the sun is in this way, in this for you, if there are some challenges right now, the sun is telling you really to try to ground yourself on the blessings in your life. Release thoughts that or release thoughts or emotions that even bring you even more down, right? So mostly the sun is saying, enjoy what's good, enjoy the blessings. Do not look for bad things. And if you are going through challenging moments, know also that the sun always comes out. So release any thoughts of saying this is forever, this is of negativity, right? Focus on staying grounded, staying positive, and not, I always say, it's not about toxic positivity. It's about optimism, knowing that, yes, things may be challenging, things may be hard, but there is always a chance. And this is the optimistic sun, right? Right? And the magician also reminds you of that no matter what you're going through, you always have choices. Sometimes we have choices that we do not like, right? So maybe the choice, if you're going through something challenging, is to actually let go of the relationship. And that's a very hard choice to make and one that maybe we do not want. So always know that you have choices. And this is what the magician is telling you. Now, if you are going through a period where things are going well, release, like I said, the need to fight for little things, release the need to look at where things are not perfect, right? Enjoy the good that's in your life with an optimistic heart towards the future and knowing that you do have choices. You always have choices, and this is what the magician is coming to tell you. Now, the Eight of Pentacles also reminds you that when it says the magician that you have choices, the working towards the things that you want and working on your relationship, putting your effort into the relationship, um, is a choice that you make towards things going well. So do not think, no matter how things are in your relationship, know that the relationship is made out of two people, right? And your effort, your energy, and your attitude can also make a change. Now, knowing that it's not to shame anybody, and also know, and this what the magician says, that you have choice. And sometimes the choices, and because this is also in the release position, the choices are release or let go of things that could be hard, including the relationship. All right. So these are three cards for the release position that can have more than one meaning. So this is a collective reading, this is a general reading. So it's important to ask yourself some questions here, right? Because the main advice is one of choices and decisions that you need to make right now. And what to release the need for perfection, release the need for trying sometimes to find faults. If things are going well, focus mostly on the blessings, right? If things are challenging, ask yourself, what are the choices that I have right now? How, knowing your choices can empower you and working towards what it is that you want. If it is to heal the relationship, if it is to build that relationship, you have choices. Work on them with an optimistic mindset of things can go to better, right? If you are not in a relationship, know that you have choices, the places you go, the people that you work out with, release that need for perfection and go towards that. Now, if your choices are, if you are not in, the decisions you need to make are based on releasing the relationship because it's not healthy at this time. The sun reminds you, release the need for perfection. Make your choices based on what's good for you. And if the what's the most important thing you want right now is peace, then move towards peace, and that would be to release or let go of the relationship. So main message, choices. Remember, you have always a choice, and you are powerful by the attitude, the words, the decisions you make at any moment. Having an optimistic mindset is not positive. Toxic positivity, right? Keep that optimistic mindset, empowering yourself and working towards what it is that you want. But remembering that you have to make choices, and that could be releasing either a mindset, releasing the relationship, or releasing the need for perfection. All right, let's look at what to focus on. And wow, 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 the world. And here you have another major arcana, major advice. And the world is such a positive card. It's a card of closures, right? Of endings, but ending not in something ends and it's terrible, because the world is positive, right? And it's you have either learned a lesson, or you have moved to a new phase in your life, or something important. So, what would the world, the spirit of the world card, be advising you right now or guiding you towards, right? And this is guiding you to elevate either your relationship or your mindset towards something new, right? This is a card that encourages moving forward with the wisdom and the lessons you've learned from the past, and it's kind of saying a new chapter. So this is a new chapter, either if you are in the relationship, knowing that if your relationship can move, there is an energy to move to a new chapter in here. And these choices or decisions that you need to make, if you are in a relationship, could be here we're moving together towards a new phase, right, in the relationship. And if it is that you need to release the relationship, if it is remembering your power and saying, I'm releasing the relationship because right now this is way too challenging, the world is kind of like embracing you and telling you, you are going to be more than okay in this new phase in your life. This is what the energy is telling us. The next step is one of passing the page and moving forward. If you are not in a relationship, the world is also telling you there is a new energy coming in, and uh, grounding yourself or centering on the fact that we are releasing perfection, We are releasing not feeling empowered. Instead, we're working towards what we want and start making choices that reflect towards where you're going and what you're building, right? It's a new energy here. So, important. Ask yourself what choices or decisions I need to make with this new energy of where I'm going from here. Is it to continue that relationship and put more effort on working at it? Or what are the choices that I have? How, what, what is my gut instinct telling me? And being positive and stopping expecting things to fall. Be positive about the future. Know that you always have choices and make them out of what your gut instinct is. Know what you're working towards and pass the page. There is a new beginning. Energy, the momentum is for a new wonderful beginning. Just take the lessons from the past as you move forward. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Now we are going to get an oracle guidance from the oracle. So we have a few oracle cards here that are romance cards, and we are going to ask for extra guidance and advice for our love and romantic relationships right now. And what is that message in love and light for our highest good? All right. All right, and see what you got. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, this is either you are in a relationship or not, pay attention to the red flags. So, important, and it's very good advice because a relationship could be mostly good and still have some red flags. And what this card is telling you is to look at any red flags right now. And again, remember that you do not have to put up with things that you do not feel in your gut that are good for you. And at the same time, um, think of red flags as just see how many there are. Are these major red flags? Are these things that really make you question where the relationship is going? Or are these just something to keep in mind and see where the relationship goes? So make decisions, look for red flags. If you're not in a relationship, people that you meet right now, pay attention to any red flags, all right? Most of the time, we will find that right at the beginning, people are letting us know a lot about them. The red flags are showing right at the beginning. And sometimes we make choices to not look at the red flags. And then are when things are getting harder. So look at any red flags if you are just beginning to meet somebody, and do not ignore them. Always remember your power, right? Being optimistic is not toxic positivity. And remember, new energy is coming in. Your choices right now. Remember those choices. All right. Now, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and get those notifications for the new videos that are coming daily. And remember that I offer private online sessions that can be done either by phone or a video call, as well as chat and pre-recorded readings. Now let's look at the blue fairy if you picked this one. All right. Let's go with the blue fairy and this deck. Let's move them around a little bit and let's set the intention. Please give us advice, guidance, insight for our love life and romantic relationships, with a prayer for protection in love and light for our highest good. And so it is. All right, let's get that main advice, main guidance All right, and we got more than one card. We got 3 cards. We honor them all. All right, here we have. And now let's go on what to release at this time. All right. All right, what to release? And we got 2 cards. Let's see, it's 2. Yes, I wasn't sure. And now what to focus on. All right. All right, I think more than one also here too. All right, perfect. So we honor everything, and now it's going to be hard to move here. Oops. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's create space. All right, who answers the call today? So it is the spirit of the high priestess, wow, 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 the emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles. So here we're knocking because, as you know, major arcana, major advice, and what? Wow, 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 what cards? So the High Priestess is the main character here, is the spirit of the High Priestess that answers our call, and the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles are supporting. So what's the main guidance and advice that the High Priestess gives for your love life right now? Right? Remember, the High Priestess is all about intuition, spirituality, right? That inner knowing. Um, she is she's quiet. She goes inwards, right, for all the answers. And the High Priestess would ask you, if you were sitting in front of the High Priestess right now, she would ask you, what does your intuition tell you about your love life? What does your intuition tell you about your relationship right now? What do you sense your spirit guides or those guardians or your guardian angel would tell you about the path of your love life right now? So really meditate about this. Even write it, journal it, right? The High Priestess is kind of letting you know that your guides are trying to tell you something, and that you will find that with your intuition. So this is what the High Priestess is pointing at. Right now, all these allies and helpers you have in the spirit world, there is something that they want you to know, and they are pointing out that hey, we've been giving you messages, we are trying to tell you something through your intuition. Listen, 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 right? That's the main guidance here. So ask yourself, go into that meditative state, sit down with yourself, even go into prayer mode, or journal about what is your intuition tell you about your love life, your relationship, right? That's very important, and you will find lots of insights there. How is the emperor supporting the high priestess in her message, right? So the emperor is that divine masculine energy, right? Is about practicality and is logic, right? So it is coming to tell you something very interesting, because the high priestess is telling you there is something intuitively that you need to know and to connect with that. And the emperor is telling you, yes, with this sermon. So I'm going to explain. So your intuition is, as we know, extremely important. It's part of what helps us survive in a way, right? And it it is messages from your higher self, from divine source, from God, however you want to call it, from the universe, right? And you have spirit allies that are coming to bring these messages, and you usually sense it with your intuition. Now, because of past experience that we've had, because of self limiting beliefs, because of the voice of the world and the voice of others, right? Sometimes we may confuse what's our intuition and that loving guidance from our guides with what is our traumas, what is the voice of the world, what is the voice of others, right? So the emperor is exactly bringing that, this sermon. The emperor would tell you, this sermon, my dear, use this sermon to really know that the message is from your intuition and your higher self here, and not past traumas, um, the voice of others, that, right? And how will you know that, right? How will you know if it's actually your intuition or if it's coming, that voice is coming from somewhere else? So the main message is that your intuition, even if it's trying to protect you from something, those guides will give you peace, right? If you feel an intuitive message, if you get that psychic nudge and it brings anxiety, fear, right? That is not a loving message from your guides and your guardians. So, yes, intuition may protect you and may tell you this is not the right relationship, this is not the right path. Do not do that. But it comes with calmness. Even if it's something that it's not what you expected, it's not what you want to hear, or it brings some sadness, it's still peaceful, it's still calm. So it's not something that brings anxiety and fear. That's why the emperor is telling you this sermon, right? And how is the Ace of Pentacles adding to all of this? Because the Ace of Pentacles is telling you, by listening to your intuition, having discernment of what these intuitive messages, the Ace of Pentacles says, an opportunity, there is energy for a new opportunity that's coming into your life. Remember, Pentacles is the earth element, is something is materializing in your life. But in order for that to materialize, you need to listen to your intuition. And it could be either a new relationship could be entering, either there could be a new thing that's entering in the relationship you're with, something that it's coming, it's positive. This is energy saying there is a momentum for something positive to come in, but your guides, your intuition is telling you something. Have discernment and listen to it. That's the main message here. So let's look at what to release and who answers our call. We have the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So the Seven of Wands is a card that always seems that they are defending themselves, right? So, what would the Seven of Wands bring right now? What would the advice of the spirit of this card tell you? So, easy. Stop being on the defensive so much, right? Perhaps is feeling the need to defend yourself in your relationship all the time, right? Always being at the defensive, right? If you are not in a relationship, perhaps is what are you trying to defend right now, right? What are you trying to protect yourself from? And these questions can be both, if you are in a relationship or you're not. So reflect on that. What are you trying to protect yourself from? And what are you defending, right? And the Knight of Cups is supporting this card right now, the message of the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, I'm sorry, the Seven of Wands, by telling you, you know, instead of being so defensive, right? So if you, as asking yourself, like I said, what are you protecting? What are you being so defensive about? You know, meet yourself with love, right? in order to, if you answer these questions, sometimes we protect ourselves from disappointment. Sometimes we become very defensive because we feel attacked. So being able to reflect on that and answer yourself, and then the Knight of Cups say, your need to defend yourself and to protect yourself right now may come from a wound, right? From some healing that we need to do. We may have a wound. Maybe something happened in our relationship, in this one or in past ones. Something maybe was said, maybe something was done to us, right? So look at that wound and answering those questions, and then give yourself love and care and healing towards that, right? So it's the release the need to defend yourself and protect yourself so much, but first reflect on where that's coming from and remember to heal it, because that's a wound that is affecting either your love life right now or it could affect it in the future. Now, what to focus on and who answers? It is the Four of Wands, and the Strength card is supporting it. Oh, one of my most favorite cards in the tarot. All right, so what is the Four of Wands telling us that we need to focus on right now? So focus on stability, structure, right? And that could be in your relationship, or it could also be, if you're not in a relationship, in your life. So having your life stable with good structure. That means having yourself grounded, feeling that you are grounded in your life, that you are stable. It's mostly saying, do not expect the other person, either the other person in your current relationship or in any future relationship, to complete you. You are complete as you are, right? So be stable on yourself. Feel whole. Make sure that you do not suffer from anxious attachments where you expect the other person to complete and heal you, right? So finding grounding, healing, stability, and building a life that it is whole, right? And if you are in a relationship, the other person just adds to your life, but it should not make your entire life. Now, the Strength card is supporting this message by reminding you exactly of this. You are whole as you are strong, right? And by working on yourself, working on your healing, building a stability, structure, and grounded to your life, you're just keep strengthening yourself. So you can be in a healthy relationship. You can attract a good relationship, but remember, being whole in yourself and stable and healed in yourself is the first step forward. So recap really fast here. Listen to your intuition with discernment, knowing what your intuitive messages are at this time. This will bring a new energy of something that's coming right into your life. Ask yourself, what am I protecting myself from? Why am I feeling so defensive? There is a wound that needs to be met with love. And build yourself a structured stability around this time. Remember, you're whole as it is. Another person just adds to it. All right. And let's get your message with the oracle. Please give us guidance, advice for our love life in love and light for our highest good. So let's see what the oracle adds to this. All right. You deserve love. You are lovable. What a loving message to end the reading. Yes, you deserve love and you are lovable. Remember this. Say this to yourself every day. You deserve love. You are lovable. And you deserve love mostly and foremost from yourself. All right. So remember to give yourself this love always. Love for yourself, and you deserve others to treat you with love and respect as well. All right, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, or reach out if you want a private session with me that can be done from anywhere in the world. We do the sessions by phone, video call, or even chat. Or get your pre-recorded reading. I send it directly to your email, and it can be video or audio, and we can look at a specific part of your path or your situation. All right, so now we are going to look at this blue fairy. I'm sorry, the yellow fairy, my colors today. All right, let's put the yellow fairy here and move the camera a little bit because as I always tell you, I'm a little bit low tech, so I'm still getting used to recording with the camera. All right, uh, let's set the intention for this one. Please give us guidance, advice, insight for our love life and romantic relationships in love, in light, for our highest good. Let's get the main message. All right, 2 cards for the main message. Now, let's get what we need to release. 1. And what we need to focus on. All right. Very straightforward, I feel. All right, who answers? What's the main message? And we have the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Wow, a lot of cups. So cups is emotions, even intuition, right? Is that water element. So what is the 3 of Cups? That it is the main message here, the main protagonist giving us advice. So the spirit of the 3 of Cups is usually a spirit of celebration, right? Of being around others and celebrating the good in life. But what would these 3 of Cups bring you as advice for your love life right now? And it is this, it is to look at everything that's working in your love life, or in general, to look at what's working in your life. So ask yourself, what's working right now in my life? Or what's working right now in my love life? And remember that out of focusing on gratitude and blessings, our blessings grow. Here we have the energy of a 3, right? And it is saying there is an energy of growth. And it is a growth that could be in your relationship, or a growth that could be an energy moving you forward towards a future relationship. So it is a reminder that blessings or anything that's going well in your life, it is to be celebrated. It is to be remembered and focused on, right? And there is growth, but you want the energy of growth to be one that is for more blessings, and intention and focus play a big part. That's why we always say focus on the good, focus on the blessings, and also focus on what your heart wants. The energy of growth is around you, either around your relationship or helping you grow towards a relationship right now. And what is the Queen of Cups adding to this message? How is the Queen supporting this message? So remember, the Queens are that feminine energy, right? It is loving, it is tender, it's caring, right? It's helping things grow. And here we have again the cups element. The cup suit, that is that water element. So yes, there is an energy of growth, either around your relationship. So your relationship is growing, it may be going to the next phase, or you are growing and walking towards having a relationship that's what you want. So there is growth happening. But the queen says, as much as there is growth, all right, you need to put effort. So, you know, would this queen would ask you, what is that you can do right now to tend to your relationship or to do towards your love life that helps it grow, right? So, what are things? Answer this question. Imagine I am sitting right in front of you, and well, it's not me, it's this queen, and she's asking you, what do you truly feel deep inside? Let's talk from that heart chakra, from that energy center of love. What do you know that you can do towards your relationship right now that will help it grow, that will help that momentum, right? This queen would also ask you, if you are in a relationship, what can you do or where can you go to celebrate with your partner, to do something with your partner? Because celebration, doing things together, dating, that would help you grow. No matter how long have you been in your partnership, in your marriage, in your relationship, do things together, celebrate, focus on the blessings, put effort to it. There is an energy of growth, right? If you are not in a relationship, this queen asks you, where can you go, right? That helps the momentum of you finding the right relationship. How can you yourself grow as a person to be more like the partner you want to be, right? So these are all reflective questions that help this momentum that the tarot is saying there is around your love life, a momentum for growth. Now, focusing on blessings, putting your effort to nurture the relationship, and celebrating your relationship, celebrating yourself, right? Remembering the more positivity that you bring to something, the more care you put, and the more it can grow. Now, what to release? So, who answers? Wow, cups. So, you have a lot of cups. That is, as I mentioned, the water element. So it's very interesting that you have cups. And the Knight of Cups, right? So the knights are actions, are taking steps forward, but this is in the release position. So in the release position is telling you to perhaps not force things so much. So it's not so much about action right now, it's more about flowing, right? So you can still do things to care for your relationship, to towards help it grow, but without forcing things. It's not about being forceful. It is about learning how to relax more, allowing things to come, doing what's in your power to do, what's not forcing a situation, forcing something. There is an energy of growth. You can tend to it. You can still do things to it, but do not force. This is what this night is coming to tell you. And what to focus on? What are those next steps to focus on? And you have another three, and it's pentacles, right? Excuse my cat that sometimes walks by. All right, so you have another three. Three is growth, is creation, right? The three is a very powerful number in numerology and in spirituality. Pentacles, here we go from the water element into the earth element. Into that, the Three of Pentacles is all about manifestation, right? And what to focus on? What are those next steps to focus on? Exactly this, knowing that there is this growth energy around you, that things are starting to grow. It's kind of like you've planted a seed a while back of what you wanted, your wishes, your prayers, all that planted a seed, right? And now there is an energy of growth that you need to tend to without forcing anything. And it's telling you, Focus on the growth. Focus on what you are building, either in your relationship or what you're building in yourself towards having a relationship. All right. I hope you liked this reading. And now let's add and oracle guidance for it. We have I've just picked half of the deck, all right? So to give us a more focused into love messages. So let's get guidance in love, in light for our highest good towards our love life and romantic relationships, and see what the oracle brings for us. All right. So what is the guidance from the oracle for you? Oh, you got the same one as the other deck. Pay attention to the red flags. Yes. Again, like I was telling you when it came out before, it is important to pay attention to the red flags. And here, from what I'm sensing, is not only that you need to pay attention to the red flags in your relationship or pay attention to red flags from people you meet. Remember, people tend to tell us a lot at the beginning, and sometimes we like them so much and we're infatuated that we dismiss those red flags. So pay attention to what people tells you. And even if you are in a long-term relationship already, pay attention to what is a red flag. You can change that, the course of the relationship, make it stronger, make it grow towards what you want. But paying attention to those red flags. Like this, you ensure you are walking or growing towards the future that you want. All right. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Remember, this is a collective reading, right? So I make them interactive so you can choose your deck, but these are collective general reading. Take what resonate, let go of the rest. There may be something you picked a deck and the entire message doesn't resonate, but there is one little bit that does. Take that. Do not force the other ones, right? What does not resonate, do not force it. And perhaps you picked one deck and you listen to the entire video and you're like, oh, this makes sense as well. So pick what resonates. Things resonate with your spirit for a reason. You need to listen to things, see certain signs because your spirit tribe wants you to, those guides and guardians. So take what resonates. This is the most important thing I will tell you today. And if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, at what you're going through, remember I offer private tarot sessions that can be done either by phone, video call, or even chat. And we have three offerings, either a 15-minute, that's a quick check-in, a 30-minute of a sweet spot, or a 1-hour in-depth session, right? I also offer pre-recorded readings that can be either audio or video and get sent directly to your email. All right. So there is something for every budget and for every thing you like. If you like live sessions or pre-recorded readings, the amount of time, or if you want audio and video. So, and if you have more questions, if you are not sure of what a tarot and coaching session can do for you, please reach out. Send me a message. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm on the different social media channels. And also, you can just send me an email. And I'm more than happy to connect with you and answer any questions before you purchase a reading or you book your session. All right. I hope you have a fantastic week. Be gentle and kind to yourself, and brightest blessings your way.